about to read a book to you called Mary Cassatt. This is a lady that loved to draw her children just as much as I do. Mary Cassatt was born in Allegheny, Pennsylvania in 1844. She is known as a great American artist, even though she spent most of her life living and painting in France. Mary Cassatt loved families and children. Her paintings and pastels of mothers with their babies are among her most famous works. When Mary was 7 years old, her family left America and moved to Paris, France for a couple of years. Mr. and Mrs. Cassatt wanted their children to see all the wonderful sights while they lived in Paris. They took their children to the great art museums and galleries where Mary saw her first works of art. And the cartoon says, "Just a minute, Mother. Wow." A few years after the Cassatt family returned to America, Mary decided she wanted to be an artist, not just any artist, but a serious artist. At first, Mary's father was very upset. In the 1880s, people felt women weren't supposed to be artists. They thought women should only have very polite hobbies, become someone's wife, and stay home to raise their children. It was one of the few times Mary and her father didn't get along. Finally, after realizing how much Mary wanted to be an artist, her father agreed to send her to art school. And the cartoon says, "Dear, Mary's been holding her breath for 3 days. Why don't you tell her it's okay to be an artist?" "Oh, all right." Mary studied very hard at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. After 4 years there, she decided a better way to learn about art would be to copy the paintings of the world's greatest artists. There were very few paintings by great artists in America at the time, so in 1866, Mary Cassatt left for France. She spent as much time as she could in art museums copying famous paintings. And the cartoon says, "Madame, you are welcome to stay here during museum hours only." So apparently she's about to set up camp for the night. Just kidding. Mary Cassatt was becoming a pretty good artist, so she entered one of her paintings in the Paris Salon. The Salon was an important place to have your paintings shown. People from all over the world came to look at and maybe buy the paintings they saw there. It wasn't easy getting a painting into the Paris Salon. It was even harder if you were a woman artist, especially an American woman artist. But in 1872, Mary's painting On the Balcony was accepted by the judges of the Great Salon. And that was oil on canvas, and it's now in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. The Salon accepted 4 more of Mary Cassatt's painting. Then something happened that changed Mary's life. At that time, a small group of artists called Impressionists were painting in new and exciting ways. They didn't like the rules the Salon had made about the way art should look. They didn't think the Salon judges should decide what was good or bad about the paintings either. One of the Impressionists, Edgar Degas, asked Mary to join their group. And the cartoon says, "We want you to join our group. So far, nobody likes us or our paintings, and we don't make any money, but we have fun to get to paint anything we want." She says, "Count me in." And you can tell the dancers are Degas. This is Monet. I'm guessing Seurat, too. Mary had seen paintings done by the Impressionists. She loved the bright, beautiful colors that Claude Monet, Camille Pissarro, Augustus Renoir, and the other Impressionists used. So this is Renoir and Monet and Pissarro. But most of all, Mary liked the work of Edgar Degas. She thought his colors, unusual angles, and the way he painted people made his paintings perfect. And there's the dancers. Mary Cassatt and Edgar Degas became close friends. Mary learned all she could from Degas. Soon she stopped using dark background colors and painting people in fancy costumes like in the painting above. She stopped doing things the judges at the Salon would have accepted. She started to paint people as they really looked, doing everyday things. Her colors got brighter too, and that's a lot like my ideas. Mary kept working with Edgar Degas. They experimented with different types of art. For a while, Mary made a series of special color prints. This is called On the Omnibus. They also experimented with pastels, mixing them with oil, turpentine, and even steam. They were trying to find ways to make the chalky colors as bright as possible and make this pastel sink deep into the paper, which you can do that now with hairspray too. Women Admiring a Child is that painting. In 1877, Mary's mother, father, sister, Lydia, came to live with her in Paris. Her brothers and their families would visit Mary too. Mary used the members of her family as models in many of her paintings and pastels. This is Alexander Cassatt and his son. In the painting above, Mary showed her sister Lydia driving a carriage. Mary was interested in photography and framed this painting so the pony and carriage are cut off. Mary knew that the framing her painting like a snapshot would give more importance to the sister and the little girl sitting next to her. Mary and Child Driving, 1881. In 1892, Mary was very happy to receive an invitation from America. She was asked to make a huge painting called a mural for the Woman's Building at the Chicago World's Fair. The painting was so large that the canvas had to be lowered into a ditch while Mary was working on it so she could reach the top. The cartoon says, "These American painters are really strange. Yeah, Renoir never asked us to do this stuff." The paintings mysteriously disappeared after the fair. Some people think the smaller painting shown above may have been a study for Mary's huge painting. And that is called Baby Reaching for an Apple. Oh, there's her most famous one. Mary Cassatt had never had children of her own. Oh my goodness. But she seemed to understand the love between mothers and her babies better than any other artist. Breakfast in Bed. And this is called The Bath. In 1892. Baby's First Caress. Whether she used soft pastels or strong shapes or bright colors, Mary Cassatt's pictures are always warm and friendly. The Boating Party. Mary Cassatt's paintings makes you feel like you're right there looking at someone during a special moment. She made ordinary, everyday scenes important and helped to make the world realize the women could be great artists too. Mary Cassatt loved painting with love in a way few artists have been ever able to do. It's fun to see real Mary Cassatt paintings. When you look closely, you'll be surprised at how she used little flecks of color to make eyes and noses to capture the delicate expressions on her people's faces. The pictures in this book came from the museums listed below, and the closest ones to us are the DIA in Detroit, Michigan, the Cleveland Museum of Art in Cleveland, Ohio, and the Art Institute of Chicago. Oh, and the Toledo Museum of Art as well. So, very famous artist, Mary Cassatt. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much.